You look like a Texas chainsaw.
Texas Brisket Massacre. What's up, guys? I'm Kenna and this is Kenna's Kitchen, and today I'm going to show you how to cook a huge 10-pound juicy brisket. I cooked it Texas style on my pellet smoker. It took me 14 hours, but it was worth every hour of it. Look at this. Juicy, thick. Oh, it's how I like my meats. So if you guys want to see how to make this, let's get right to it. Good morning and welcome to a special Super Bowl episode of Brisket. It's about 7:15 right now. We woke up at 6:30 to get the pellet grill up and smoking, get this out. It takes quite a while with a large cut of meat. Usually takes about 8 hours to get it to 140, 150 degrees, and then I'm gonna wrap it. So we will just watch this thing all day, and we're gonna be watching football, we're gonna be drinking some beer. It's gonna be a fun episode, so stick with us. All right, so with the brisket, you've got two cuts within one. You've got your flat and your point. This is your fat cap right here. You can tell that it's just a whole bunch of fat on the top. A low and slow smoke or cook in general will normally break down a lot of fat. Especially for like a brisket, it's honestly like a really bad cut of meat unless you cook it low and slow, because it's so tough that it needs so much time to break down and be tender. And normally the fats will render down, but something like this right here, this is just a bunch of just bad fat. It will never render down. It's way too thick. So we're gonna trim it up, get rid of most of it. But it's really thick, it's really hard. It's much different, you'll tell it's much different than this stuff. This is gelatinous and, you know, fatty. And this is just like, you could throw this at somebody and ruin their day. You'll also notice that there is some silver skin here. We're gonna just try and trim that off. It's right here. You can see the difference in color here. And then here you can see the grains of the cut. You can't really see the grains here. That's because that silver skin's on top. And you're gonna wanna cut that off. Trim it off like this. You know, I'm trying to save as much meat as possible. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of trim off. I've been doing research on, the best way to trim a brisket. And I saw an example where someone was saying, think of your brisket as like a car, like the newest car on the market, and it's going through all its tests, and they're testing the aerodynamics on it. Your brisket is similar to that, and your air is gonna be rolling over it. So, your smoke is the air in that scenario, and your brisket is the car, and you want the smoke to roll over everything and really be able to touch every bit of meat. So you've got this little lip right here. Let's imagine the smoke's gonna go this way. It's not gonna get like on this little crevice. Like think of it as like, like a snowboard. If you jump over this little hill, you'll never touch this little spot of the snow. So you've gotta try and get this piece of meat as smooth as you can without being anal. I'm just gonna trim it up here.
Toward yourself.
It's okay.
It looks scary on camera.
Well, sometimes you gotta be risky to get the brisky.
You gotta risk it to get the brisket.
Before I flip it, I'm actually just gonna kind of shape this brisket up. And I'm gonna do that by cutting kind of just straight across on the top. And you do this just so it cooks evenly. You don't have any, small bits that is gonna cook quicker and burn. So pretty squared off here. I'm gonna square it off here on the cap, and this is a sad part. It's just sad. I'll probably throw that in the smoker and give it to the dogs. I like to do that. See how this little point just comes off? We're just gonna shape that up here.
Joser heard his name. Joser, is Mom making you brisket?
Meat? His eyes, they're lighting up.
Oh.
Whoop. Where'd he go? All right, I'm gonna flip this thing over. Hold on. You're gonna trim this fat cap to about 1/4 of an inch. I'm not gonna get rid of all of the fat. I'm just gonna trim it down some of it's just too thick to really render down and get the smoke to the meats. So we're just gonna start, I'm actually gonna flip it over to help me out. We're just gonna start just kind of taking this knife. And now I've tried this with a basic chef's knife. Get yourself a fillet knife. And honestly, this is a fish fillet knife. I need like a thicker meat fillet knife. I gotta add that to my artillery. So right here, that's the fat thickness. It's already about a 1/2 inch. So you've got your flat right here, and you can see that it's like right here. You've got your fat that separates this. On this side, you can see that it's kind of just right here. It's all this top part. And then you've got your point, which is on the top, which is separated by, again, this fat and this fat. So it kind of goes like this. Okay guys, I've got my brisket trimmed up. I went ahead and put the scraps in a bowl. I've got a scale here. Let's see how much I cut off. Cut off 35 ounces, so about 2 pounds. It was actually a 10.5 pound brisket, so we're looking at 8.5 pounds now. I'm gonna do almost your classic Texas style brisket, and that's strictly just salt and pepper. You can do this yourself. You got salt, you got pepper, 50-50 mix, put that on there, put it in the smoker. That long smoke gives it its own flavor, I'm telling you guys. So, but I stopped at this awesome little smoke shop. It's called Playing with Fire Emporium in Swanee, Georgia, and it's amazing. And they had some Kosmos dry rub, and I love a little garlic. So when I saw this salt, pepper, garlic rub, and I knew that it could be easier to do, I went ahead and picked it up. So I'm gonna start seasoning this. I'm gonna season all the sides.
My arm hurts.
We have dry rub. Let's get this bad boy in the smoker. Are you ready?
Ready.
Let's go. 225 in the PitBoss. Let's go. Again, I'm gonna put the point on the hottest part of the smoker, which is on my left side. Okay guys, got the brisket trimmed, got it seasoned, got it in the pellet smoker. If you were smart, you would have trimmed this brisket last night. If you were even smarter and had better weather, you would have trimmed the brisket last night and put it in the smoker overnight so you could wake up to beautiful smelling brisket, but I didn't do that. And it was raining, so. Okay guys, it's been 8 hours. I cannot wait to see what this brisket looks like. I swear I haven't taken a peek. I've got my butcher paper already set out. I'm gonna wrap this up and put it back in the smoker.
I'm so excited. I love a good meat.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Ooh, can't wait. I love it. Okay, here we go, final. 8 hours. Ooh, man, yes. That's exactly what I wanted to see. That looks awesome. Okay, puppies. Ooh, dogs are excited. Ooh, guys, this looks so good. So this is after 8 hours. Okay, so now I'm just gonna easily wrap this up. I've put it right in the middle of these two. So I'm gonna keep it meat side up, or meat side down. So I'm just gonna tuck her under there. Come around here, tuck it under. Okay, we've got her wrapped up like a little present. I'm gonna get my meat thermometer here.
What kind of thermometer is this?
This is a Weber Wi-Fi digital thermometer. And if I remember, so the flat is about right here. I want to go right in the middle of the flat. So I'm going to go right about here. And I'm going to go, and it's feeling right with this temperature. So currently it is reading, let's see what it's going to read. I'm hoping about 150. Ooh, higher. Uh-oh. It keeps climbing. Stop, stop. Uh-oh. Stopped at 185, a little high, a little high. We'll see how it goes with the rest of this episode. I hope it's not ruined. All right. Currently reading 195 degrees Fahrenheit. This is within the suggested temperature for a brisket, 195 to 203. Since it's 9 p.m., we're gonna go with the 195. Ooh, we're at 196 now, okay. We just raised up, I swear I just checked it. It looks beautiful. Oh, and I forgot I put this little piece in there for the doggies. Whew. Okay. Wow, it smells good, guys. This is the worst part of these briskets is that you can't even peek at them. I'm not even gonna unwrap it yet. I'm gonna wrap it up in saran wrap for 1 more hour. I'm gonna move the doggy's brisket over here. Look at it. Here's the point of the doggy brisket. Here's your flat. That's fat side up, so.
Dozer, is that yours, buddy?
Dozy doggy brisket. Now, I didn't season the doggy brisket because, you know. He said, what do you mean you didn't season it, Mom? Don't worry, you'll get a piece of this too, I promise. And I'm just gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna put it in a cooler, just an old cooler I got there. I'll show you guys. I'm gonna wrap it there. I'm wrapping my brisket. Get your little paws off of here, buddy. Buckaroony. I'm gonna come back around one more time and hit up this corner. All right. Ooh, almost lost it. That would have been bad. Let's see if it'll fit. Travis doesn't think so. What do we got? 50-50 odds, right? Let's give her a go. He might be right. But he might be wrong. Okay, guys, we're gonna let that sit for an hour. Then we're gonna cut into that juicy piece of meat. While we let this adult human brisket sit in the cooler and rest, I'm gonna cut into this doggy brisket. The boys have been asking me all day, hey Mom, when are you gonna get that brisket for us? I was like, well, you know, it's gotta cook to temp. So I'm gonna cut the flat first. I raised them right. Oh yeah, look at that smoke ring, shall we?
That's a nice doggy smoke ring there.
I'm gonna get one more cut on there. Ooh yeah, we got a little fat on the top. Look at that, ooh. The pups are gonna love it. Now we've got the fat cap on the top. You can see it. I don't know if you can or not, but oh yeah. I can't let you have it just yet. It's a little hot.
That's for the dogs.
I mean, to not have any seasoning on it, to be thrown in the back of the smoker, forgotten about. It's tasty.
I'm gonna try some of this dog brisket.
I mean, you guys are spoiled. Can I get a silent speak? Can I get a silent speak? Silent speak. Silent speak. Sit. Can I get a shake? Can I get a shake? Thank you. Can I get a shake? Dozer, shake. This is the brisket. It's been in here for an hour, resting. Oh, it smells so good. This is the best part about smoking meats is it takes a long time, but man, is it always worth it. Always worth like the excitement of getting the meat to finally cut it. Oh, I can't wait. Let's see if I can get this thing out. Ready?
Right.
Oh.
Oh.
Now the reason I wrapped it in this butcher paper halfway through is just to retain this moisture. Once that meat gets to about 160, it's not taking any more of that smoke. And you've got the bark that you're gonna be able to get on that piece of meat, so it's looking really nice. Oh yeah, look at that, look at that. Can you see that? Ooh, it's the way I like my meats to jiggle. Get my favorite knife here. If you guys don't have one of these, you definitely need to get one.
You changed on MASSACRE. You look like a Texas chainsaw.
Oh man. This thing is awesome. If you guys like this Mighty Carver, I'm gonna put the link for it in the description below. It is awesome. Our parents got it for us for Christmas, and when we have a get together, we pull it out, and it's always a crowd pleaser. It's just so fun. Makes you feel like that. Ah!
Like a murder.
Ah! Okay guys, so I've cut the flat. I'm gonna scooch this over a little bit, and I'm gonna rotate this 90 degrees. You can see the flat finishing out under here, and you've got the point up here. So this one is strictly flat. This one, you've got a little bit of flat here, you've got your fat separating it, and then you've got your point on the top. All right, let me cut up a little piece for Trav and I.
All right.
So technical. All right, babe, there's a whole piece with your fat and your flat fat point.
Flat fat.
Personal favorite is the point, to be honest.
The end pieces of the point.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow. Holy crap.
Okay guys, thank you so much for sticking with me. This again is a Texas style brisket on my pellet smoker. Cooked it at 225 degrees. Overall, it took me 14 hours, but I swear it was worth every single minute of it. It's delicious. We've got leftovers for days. I'm gonna make so many different things. I've got tacos in mind. I'm gonna make a chili. I'm gonna make a brisket grilled cheese sandwich. It's gonna be great. So don't be afraid to get a brisket, even if it is just you and your family. I swear you can do so many things with the leftovers. It was awesome. If you liked what you saw today, please hit that like and subscribe button. I love every single one of you guys, and I enjoy cooking and sharing any and all knowledge I have with you guys. So thank you again. Love ya. Love food. Bye.